Debbie Indahar Giordano, and welcome to Valley Homes on TV, along with our other co-host, Todd Flesner. Yep.
Well, yeah, how's it going, Deb?
It's going great.
Sure.
Going great. So, folks can watch us on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9:30 a.m. There we go. I got it right. Well, we have a guest today that you brought from actually our Rotary Club.
Well, yeah,
Rotarians.
This is somebody who's active in our community,
Yes.
not only in our Rotary Club volunteering, but also with the Chamber of Commerce and other worthwhile events
Which
around town.
we're going to find out about.
Exactly. So I'd like to introduce to our audience Mark Tiernan. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Todd, for having me. Debbie, good to see you as always.
Pleasure to see you.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff going on in the community, specifically, your involvement with the Chamber of Commerce. But before we jump into that, let's introduce you to folks in the audience who may not know you. Let's learn a little bit about where you grew up, where you're from, and maybe how you found your way to Milpitas.
Okay. I was raised in San Jose. I graduated from St. Leo's, Bellarmine, and then I graduated from college from the University of California at Berkeley. I'm a veteran of high tech at Apple Computer and Applied Materials. And I've also worked for the County of Santa Clara. I was in purchasing management with an emphasis on construction and facilities. In 2002, I got married to the former Carolyn Elliott, and we moved to Milpitas. So I've lived in Milpitas since 2002. I then semi-retired for a few years and went back to school and got a law degree at Lincoln Law School of San Jose. Graduated from 2007 with graduation honors, and I started to get involved in Milpitas in 2004, being involved in just being engaged in the community and volunteering. And then in 2007, I joined the Milpitas Rotary Club and was later able to serve as president for 2 years. Between 2012 and 2014, which I really enjoyed, and that's where I developed my friendships with you and also with Todd, which have been very rewarding. Since then, I have become active in the Chamber of Commerce. I have a small business, Mark Tiernan Communications, where I help people with government affairs, land use, and also help them consulting for their businesses. In 2015, I was elected to the board of directors of the Milpitas Chamber of Commerce, and I was asked to serve as the director of government affairs, which is, I think, one of the reasons why you have me here today.
Which we will get to that. So I'm gonna hit the pause button real quick. We will get there real quick. But just in a short answer, what do you like living? Why do you like living in Milpitas?
It's a beautiful city. We're nestled against the green foothills, and obviously with the rains that we've had this year, you just look up and we're surrounded by these great-looking hills. We have a very diverse community. We have an excellent school system. We have an excellent park system. My wife and I love living here. Our children were raised here and went to Spangler Elementary, Milpitas High School. And the people I find are engaged and active in the community, and I really enjoy that.
Well, Mark, you certainly are immersed in the community and become real active here in the time you've been in Milpitas. We're going to talk a little bit, though, specifically about your Chamber of Commerce involvement.
Great.
So, your role again, you're Director of
Government Affairs. We work with the California Chamber of Commerce. We work with the San Jose Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce. We're very much involved in the local issues that come up as they relate to the business community. Of course, one of the big things that's going on these days is the push to increase the minimum wage. And the chambers are advocating a regional approach to that, so that whatever the minimum wage shakes out to be, it's consistent among the cities. Okay. So there's not a competitive advantage for businesses located in Mountain View or Milpitas or San Jose. I think that's an organized approach. So that's one of the big things that we're working on. We also look at the California Chamber of Commerce positions about tort reform. We look at how things relate to occupational health and safety, and we alert our members of the chamber as to these issues as they come up.
Okay. Well, yeah, you referenced the California Chamber of Commerce. Are those decisions made on a statewide basis, or is there local control and autonomy when it comes to those sort of issues?
The recommendations from the California State of California Chamber of Commerce come from their board of directors. But they do a pretty good job of reaching out to the local chambers, specifically county by county. And I know we have a strong relationship with the San Jose Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce. And that's really been important for us to gain the insights as to how the South Bay
Okay.
would like to approach these questions.
And that's part of the question here, but just real briefly, how does your role as the Chamber Government Affairs, how does that fit into your career?
Well, as I mentioned, I have a small business called Mark Tiernan Communications. I advise my clients on issues that come
Okay.
before them, a lot of them having to do with government, a lot of them having to do with development and land use issues, and a lot of them having to come with recommendations or ordinances that are passed by the local city councils.
Okay.
A lot of these things have an impact on business.
Right.
And as an advocate for small businesses, Cisco does not need, a chamber of commerce. But the local Casa Azteca restaurant, they need a chamber of commerce to represent their views, at city council as well as at the state level.
Okay, good. So it's a voice for the local businessman.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Now, you mentioned the minimum wage. Are there other issues that really you're working on here locally with the chamber?
Well, one of the big issues locally, as Debbie well knows, is the fact that we are now in the midst of a contractual bid renegotiation with our waste disposal company, Republic Services. The outcome of that could have a potential huge impact on the businesses here in Milpitas. Republic Services has been our supplier for, I believe, over 20 years and has been very active in the community and has really been a good partner with community organizations as well as the community. The city staff has decided to take that out for a competitive bid. They've hired a consultant that seems to be pretty expensive, but there seems to be an organized approach as to how they want to handle this. But the city of Milpitas, the residents and the businesses enjoy the second lowest waste and disposal cost in the county of Santa Clara right now. And that has had a huge impact on our businesses here.
Okay.
Well, Mark, maybe you can tell us a little bit about local involvement for business owners. How do they get involved with the chamber? What are some of the things that the chamber helps in terms of that engagement?
We have a real good team at the Chamber of Commerce under our president, Liz Ainsworth. Liz has done a tremendous job revitalizing the chamber and has really instituted outreach programs to the local business community. We have a great team of ambassadors who go out into the community that publicize the Chamber of Commerce. We have a monthly newsletter that goes out to the business community. We're notified by the city about those who have either obtained a business license or have renewed a business license, so we can reach out to them and tell them about the benefits of the chamber. We have programs where businesses can be involved and to come to our monthly meetings, to come to our gatherings at the chamber offices, which are on Hillview, and we offer specific services, whether it's counseling for how to get through the permit process at the city of Milpitas, and we really try to add value to that relationship. Obviously, there is a cost to join the chamber, but we feel that we give value to our members so that the investment that they make in the chamber, is repaid back 2 or 3 times.
All right. Got a question for you. So what are some of the challenges that you face as the government affairs person here?
I think the biggest challenge that I face is the fact that we are in a fast-paced economy, that businesses are getting bombarded with new fees, potential new taxes. There have been proposals put forth, especially in San Jose, about new business taxes based on the number of employees you have. Those type of costs to a local small business can be devastating. So our challenge is to identify those issues and to educate our members so that they're aware of what's going on, so that we can then do the proper outreach to the local government authorities, so we can tell the story of the small businesses in Milpitas so that we make it a business-friendly environment.
Okay.
Okay. Well, one of the other things the Chamber does is it helps to bring the community together. What are some of the events and things? I think you guys just had a recent event I saw here, the crab
We just
feed.
had a tremendous crab feed over at Napperdack Hall.
Uh-huh.
The Chamber, I believe, grossed over $12,000. It's one of our main fundraisers. I believe there's over 250 people who attended. Had a great crab feed. We also had a silent auction there, and there was some entertainment. It was a really great community event. But one of the big ones that we're really looking forward to is, I believe it's the 3rd annual International Barbecue Festival that we have
That's a great event.
that we have coming up on the weekend after Memorial Day. I believe that's May 21st and 22nd. And I participated in that for the last several years. Rotary always participates in that. And we get the local business community involved. And it's really another event where the people of Milpitas can come together and really celebrate what's Milpitas about. Milpitas is a very welcoming city. It's very business friendly. I've heard from my business friends how the fees and application fees are some of the lowest in the Bay Area. The processing time through the city is really much better than a lot of cities. And it's really important to bring those people together.
So let's look at the crystal ball. What's the future for the Chamber? You have Liz Ainsworth, she's the president and acting CEO and whatever. So have they thought about their future plans?
We really have. And I think Liz has done a tremendous job in focusing on increasing the membership retention, which is in a nonprofit organization, is huge. You want to keep the members that you have. We've also done a really good job, I believe, of fundraising through the crab feed and the International Barbecue event. As you can remember, a few years ago, the Chamber was on very shaky ground financially. And through Liz's leadership, we have managed to solidify our financial situation. We have increased membership, and we have retained the members that have been members of the Chamber for years. So the future looks bright for the Chamber. I believe there's a lot of us who are working on promoting businesses in Milpitas and being an advocate for the local small business people.
Good. Well, how about personally? What are some of the things that you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to my grandson's Little League season right now.
That's right. You are a baseball player. In college,
I
yes.
played a little at Bellarmine and in college. And I'm really looking forward to my grandsons playing. They're also very active in soccer. But personally and professionally, I really like the fact that I have choices to make. I was pretty successful in my high-tech career, and now I'm able to pick and choose the projects that I'm active in, and I really have a sense of representing my clients and making sure that their contributions to the community are well received and that they are active and engaged in the community.
Right.
So from a personal level, I get a lot of satisfaction out of that.
Well, Mark, I want to be the first one to thank you for coming today, spending the time, but also thank you for the service you give to our community.
I really appreciate that. If I could add one thing, I've recently been installed as the president of the Milpitas Historical Society.
Oh, yeah, we missed that one.
And that has been a labor of love. I was a history major at Cal, and a lot of our nonprofit organizations have a specific agenda. The Chamber representing businesses, Rotary with international service and local service projects. But the Historical Society is about Milpitas. It's about those of us who love living in Milpitas, who want to share the history of Milpitas, and who want to bring others into that so they can appreciate where we live.
Well, it sounds like another TV show for us.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for coming and spending some time with us, Mark.
Thank you very much, Todd. I appreciate it, Debbie. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Always.
Oh, hey, bud. Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
I've been meaning to ask you, is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to Valley Homes on TV. Todd Flesner here along with Debbie Giordano.
Yes, hello.
Hi, and we're going to do a little quick wrap-up here on what's happening in the real estate
Well,
world.
I've got some multiple listing numbers, but before I do
Yeah.
that, maybe a minute with folks, where we are with interest rates and maybe the general outlook right now.
Yeah, interest rates continue to be just above their historic lows. So we've been in a prolonged low interest rate environment. Federal Reserve continues to take a look at the broader economy. And really internationally, what's happening in terms of tug of war. Recently, both Asia and Europe have taken some steps with their monetary policy to cut interest rates out of a protection against deflationary pressures that we're seeing abroad. And so we're going to keep a close eye on that. Our Federal Reserve recently increased interest rates. And right now,
Where are we at? About 3.75? Is that what I saw
yeah, we're
today?
in the high threes, 3.75 for a conforming loan. Also, I've got jumbo interest rates in the high threes as well. So, I mean, those historically are very, very good
Very
interest
low.
rates.
And you said that you were doing a lot of pre-approvals with buyers, so there's just a plethora of buyers out there looking. And I would counter that, or know that too, because I had 85 families through my open house this past weekend.
Yeah, so I think that there's still a lot of demand from folks who,
Absolutely.
the people are feeling some of the squeeze. I know from rents. I have a lot of people who come in who are renting, who want to look at what does it take to get into a home because their rents are going up, and they're looking at the economic
Good,
benefits of
and of course
homeownership.
you can do the advising on that.
Absolutely.
So let me tell you where we're at. Let's look at February 2015 statistics. Single-family homes in Milpitas, the average price was $799,000 and the median price was $767,000. And we've jumped almost up $100,000. So February 2016, we have $864,000 for an average price and $863,000 for a median price. And I would agree with that. In fact, what I think we'll be seeing in the next couple months is even an uptick even from that, which is astounding. But
Well, and you're probably seeing the multiple offers.
still the multiple offers, yeah.
And that's what my clients are experiencing as well.
Right, okay, and condo townhome continues to rise. February 2015, average price $672,000, median price $633,000. And oh boy, was I wrong about that. February 2016, average price $606,000, median price $592,000. Interesting. So, and again, they kind of shift and go up and down a little bit, but what I'm seeing is the single-family detached homes are really taking a stride forward, and the condominium market maybe just flattening out just a little bit.
A plateau.
Yeah.
Well, we'd seen a real increase in the last year or two in that condo market,
We
right?
did, we did.
And so we probably are hitting a plateau, you think, with prices?
We might be, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll have to watch that and see where we go in the next couple months, so we'll
Okay.
let folks know. Anyway, thank you again for watching Valley Homes on TV. Todd, quickly, your contact information?
Cell phone, 408-921-0669. That's a great way to get a hold of me. And Deb?
And email address, if you want to have a question on the show, or actually, would you like to be a guest on our show? You can email me at giordanodj@aol.com. Thank you very much for watching Valley Homes on TV. We'll see you next time.